Hello everyone, welcome to Savvy Looks, where I like to take outdated or damaged secondhand furniture and give it a whole new life so that someone can love it for years to come. I picked this cabinet up for $25 at a Habitat for Humanity resale store. The inside shelves were loose, the exterior was completely scratched up, the finish was sticky and gunky, so I just knew this piece needed a new, fresh look. The first step to refinishing or painting any piece at all is cleaning. You need to clean with a degreasing cleaner to remove any oils or greases on the surface. So I started by using Dawn dish soap and water mixed together in a spray bottle and Cred Cutter. Either one works, you just need a degreasing cleaner. I also recommend that you take off the hardware before you clean the fronts of cabinet doors or drawers. You can see I forgot to do this, but don't worry, once I remembered, I took the hardware off and cleaned under the hardware holes. After cleaning with a degreaser, make sure to rinse everything off with water so that you don't have any of that soap residue on the surface. My plan for this cabinet was to have a completely wooden exterior except for the doors, so that the body of the cabinet was wooden. This piece is solid wood constructed, so I used my Ryobi 5-inch orbital sander hooked up to my shop vac and coarse grit sandpaper to sand down the entire exterior. This took quite a while, but I do think it was worth it in the end. The inside of the cabinet had two structurally sound shelves and then two that were loose and floating in there. I just used a hammer to pop them out and then used a screwdriver to remove these ugly metal brackets that were holding them in place. I actually think that removing these two extra shelves made the inside of the cabinet more open and functional for the next user. Next, I scuff sanded the inside of the cabinet doors, and the feet to remove all of this sort of sticky residue and prepare it for paint. I was planning on painting this a light color and I wanted a super smooth finish, so I primed it with my favorite Zinsser's Bin shellac-based primer and a foam roller. This blocks stains and smooths everything out so that I can get the best finish with my paint. After lightly sanding with fine grit sandpaper to remove any texture and wiping all of the dust back, I was ready to paint using the color Artemisia Green by Melange. This color is a beautiful light blue-green color. Sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's green. It's super, super pretty, and I painted with a Zibra paintbrush. Because this is such a light color, I was a little bit worried about needing to do a ton of coats, but I really only needed to do 2 coats and a third super, super light touch-up coat. I didn't even worry about taping off the front of the cabinet. I knew I would get primer and paint on it. I just knew that I would be able to lightly sand that off with my Surf Prep sander. No big deal, and then get ready for staining. I wanted a darker stain look on the rest of this cabinet, so I used a foam brush and stained with the color Early American by Minwax. This is a beautiful sort of mid to dark wood finish. Then I let it sit for a little bit and wiped it off. I needed 2 coats of stain to get an even finish. So now to protect my new finish, I used Minwax's Satin Polyacrylic Top Coat and applied it with a Zibra Fan Brush. This top coat is water-based and my stain was oil-based, so I needed to make sure that I waited a solid 2 full days before I applied this top coat so that I wouldn't get any sort of chemical reaction. I also applied this top coat on all of my painted surfaces, but I made sure to wash off my fan brush between switching from the stained surface top coat to the paint surface top coat so that I wouldn't accidentally drag any of the stain onto my painted surface. After seeing the satin finish, I decided that it was too shiny, so I had my third and final coat of top coat be a matte finish for the final look. After reattaching the doors, I put on these new gold poles that I had left over from a different project I did. I thought that the gold and green combo looked really nice together, but then the hinges looked a little old, so I sprayed some gold spray paint into its lid and used a detail paintbrush to just freshen up with some new gold the existing old looking hinges. And then I was all finished. Here's one more look at the before. And how it looks now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe and come follow me on Instagram at savvy.looks, where I post similar furniture flipping content and I bring you along on my journey. Please come follow me, and thank you so much for watching. This is not a good angle. Oh, I should have dressed this, I realized. my hair, I'm curling it at the moment, so this is my face. I mean, not my face, this is my head and my hair. So just ignore it. Just, it's not a care in the world. You don't even realize at all. This isn't working. Oh.